Do you know your rights when it comes to being questioned about misconduct? It's payday weekend. There's bound to be festivities, bound to be alcohol, and potentially some misconduct or suspected misconduct. So it's imperative that you know your rights, specifically your right to remain silent, and your right to consult with an attorney. Many of you may have heard of this before. A lot of times you'll hear on TV about Miranda warnings. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to an attorney. So these are applicable to service members, but they're triggered during custodial interrogation. Now, in addition to Miranda, service members also have Article 31 of the UCMJ. Now let's look at Article 31.
Compulsory self-incrimination prohibited. No person subject to this chapter may compel any person to incriminate himself or to answer any question the answer to which may tend to incriminate him. No person subject to this chapter may interrogate or request any statement from an accused or a person suspected of an offense without first informing him of the nature of the accusation and advising him that he does not have to make any statement regarding the offense of which he is accused or suspected, and that any statement made by him may be used as evidence against him in a trial by court-martial.
So what does that mean? It means that if you're questioned by people in your command, they don't necessarily have to be CID or NCIS. Those are outside your command, but it doesn't have to be by those individuals. It could be by someone inside your command, an investigating officer, your first sergeant, your company gunny, your NCO, your staff NCO. If these people are questioning you about misconduct, you have the right to remain silent. You have the right to speak with an attorney prior to answering any of those questions. Now you have to invoke that right. So how do you do that? So when you're approached and you're asked questions about misconduct, whether you're read your 31 Bravo rights or not, you can respectfully and tactfully say, I'm remaining silent. I need to speak to an attorney, or I want to speak to an attorney. You have to be clear when you invoke your right to remain silent or you invoke your right to speak to counsel before answering any questions. There's case law out there that says if you are ambiguous, say, oh, I think I should speak to an attorney, or maybe I shouldn't talk to you all. That's not enough. That's not enough to invoke your right to remain silent. So remember, if you're invoking your right to remain silent, you have to be clear. I'm invoking my right to remain silent. I want to speak to an attorney.